Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hot Girl Theory. I'm your co host Tara, and you guys are unfortunately stuck with just me this week. Mary and I were not able to get together, unfortunately, so y'all are stuck with me, bitches. But you know what? We're gonna have a fun time. So, I was thinking about what I'm gonna talk about, and to be quite honest with you, I have a few things I can touch on, which I'll get into. But as we know, when I do an episode, it's a little chaotic and all over the place, but that's just me, and you're gonna have to deal with it. So, first, gonna recap what's been going on this week. So, this past weekend was my sister's birthday. Shout out Maddie, happy birthday. She turned 23. So, my mom came into town and we had a great time. So, to start out the birthday week, Friday, my mom came into town. We went out, we got Cook in Front of You hibachi, which, guys, it's so fire. I haven't had it in literally years. If you're listening to this, go treat yourself to some, oh my god, you hear what I'm saying? I can't even speak. That's how gagged I am over the hibachi. So go get yourself some hibachi because it's just that good. So went to hibachi, got some drinks with my mom. We had so much fun. And then Friday nights, if you know, are usually my line dancing nights. But lately, I've been taking a break from line dancing. We've really been trying to save money by not going out because we're saving up for hopefully doing our wedding the end of 2027, worst case pushing it to early 2028. But the goal is to have our wedding next year in 2027, November. So that's the goal. So we're really trying to save that money and try to put aside as much as we can because you know weddings are not cheap. So Fridays have just been really chill for me, which honestly I can't complain. They've been great. Even just like staying in and getting to go to bed early. I've really honestly been enjoying it. And I haven't really missed line dancing that much because the songs were honestly getting super repetitive and it was just the same thing every single week. I was kind of ready for a break. So Saturday rolls around and my mom and I spend the day shopping. We got some errands done that I needed to get done. And then we went to this bar for my sister's birthday with all of her friends. Guys, I drank way too much. Mary will tell you because we got into a little tiff because I was being drunk and not really understanding what I was saying or what she was saying. And yeah, we're not gonna go into details, but your girl was wasted. White bitch wasted. And yeah, Mary can attest. I don't know how she deals with me. She must really love me for always dealing with me. So shout out Mary Bear. I love you. You're the best ever. Quick second, I need to take a sip of my Sprite. Drink break. Sorry. So, we had a lot of fun. I got to see Gus, her dog. Gus is so precious. And yeah, we had a good night. Me and Mary are good. I apologize the next day. And then Sunday, oh my god, I felt like shit. I was so hungover and kind of just laid in bed and rested, and I had a bunch of work Zoom calls. And yeah, but even today, I have literally been still feeling like shit with a headache. And tonight I have Pilates with my friend Xana, and I'm literally like pulling it together to be able to get to Pilates because I'm so freaking tired. But I know I'll feel better after I'm done working out. But yeah, to segue into what we're talking about this week, genuinely, I've been in the trenches. I don't know if you guys have been in the trenches lately. I don't know what is in the air, but genuinely, it's just been a really, really hard time with some certain things in my life. Um, really learning who are true friends and who aren't. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Some people that you would have thought would never leave you or never change, when they do end up changing or decide they don't want to be your friend anymore, it's really, really hard to accept that, especially with someone you never expected to not want to be in your life anymore. And the hardest part is it's something you can't control. So, really, juggling with something that I can't control has been something that's really, really difficult, especially because something had happened recently where um, I honestly was shocked that of how this person acted, and it really just showed their true colors and showed where we stood. And genuinely, I can't even begin to explain the hurt that it has left with me. And so it's something that I'm really dealing with, and um something that I've really been just praying about and leaning into Christianity and relying on God, because genuinely that's the only person that will ever truly understand how you're feeling. Um So yeah, dealing with that has just been a lot. I don't really want to go into depth with what's been going on with that person specifically out of respect for them, because I really do love and respect them and I always will. Um so definitely don't want to blast our personal information, but we've just gone two different paths in our life, and it's someone who I really respected, adored, loved, and I wish them nothing but the best. But it is hard to learn, like, all right, so we're going two separate paths in life. We're not in each other's lives anymore. I can't just pick up my phone and call you anymore. And so just having to love them from afar is difficult. And I'm sure many of you know how that feels. It's not fun, but something that I'm learning, and it's really helping to just lean on God, because God knows how it feels when someone abandons him. And so I think going to the Bible really has been helpful, and sitting in prayer and just talking to God about my feelings. Um, but yeah, so that's been something that's been really, really hard on me, and something that I've been having to deal with and go through and grow through as a person. um, and just staying hopeful that it will get better, because I know it will get better. I feel like throughout your 20s, you kind of always have different obstacles you're going to go through no matter what. And I'm just trying to remain positive about the situation, um, and just trust that God's closed doors to open better ones. So, really, just staying faithful with that. Um, Moving on from that, though, as you know, being in your 20s, your career path and money is always something that I feel like is a struggle. Like, let's say, even though you go to school to be a lawyer or a doctor and you really know where your career is, you're literally starting out your career in debt. If you are lucky and your parents have paid for schooling, that doesn't apply to you, but many people realistically in America have to pay for their own schooling. So if you end up getting a career path where you're lucky enough to know what you're doing in your 20s, you might even still be like starting in debt, which is crazy that that's how the system is. um but yeah, being in your 20s and like being on a path of not knowing what you're doing career wise is very stressful. So, like, obviously, you guys know I was a teacher for 3 years. I loved it. I wasn't making enough money, to be honest, for what they were requiring, and admin was very not the best. I know a lot of schools deal with that and a lot of teachers. So when my aunt passed away, I took on my aunt's flower business, and I left teaching to do a part time and grow the business. And the business is just, when you're starting a small business, because my aunt ran it in South Florida, I now run it up in Central Florida. It's extremely difficult to get that clientele, and you have to pour in a bunch of money. And your girl does not have expendable money like that. I can't just pour in thousands to get a business up and running. So, running the business has been amazing because it's taught me so much, but I've kind of just decided that I can't do the flower truck anymore because I'm trying to focus on a new career path. And so, really trying to be okay with that has been difficult, especially because I'm leaving behind a business that my aunt loved so much. But I know that she wouldn't want me to struggle just to keep it alive. So, a way that I am going to still keep it alive is I'm giving the truck back to my uncle, but I'll still do the flower stand and some like private events and arrangements for things like that. So I can still leave the legacy and the name and everything. And I know it's not the same, of course, because the truck is like the main thing, it's the star of the show. But unfortunately, at this point in my life, it's just something that isn't feasible and something that I can't continue with right now. So I am going down a new career path. I'm getting my investment and insurance licensings and praying to God that I'm able to be successful and make that a full-time career, especially because it's something that I can do remotely. And when I have kids, of course, I'm going to want to do something remotely to be able to stay at home with them and yeah, just be able to travel and kind of work from wherever. That's definitely the goal. Worst case, I guess, go back to teaching, but I really would like to start a new career path. I'm still so young. It's just hard to not be hard on yourself. And especially when I'm someone who is a very much go getter mentality. Like when I want something, I obsess and focus over it until I get it. And so, yeah, being 26 and kind of going through a hump in my career and not knowing what I'm doing has kind of been scary because I love knowing what's going to be happening in my plan and everything like that. So just not having that has been very, very scary and taken a lot of trust in my faith and in myself. Um, so I'm really just trying to stay focused and hope for the best. But I want you guys to know that, like, and this is me also telling this to myself, that genuinely, in your 20s, you're still so fucking young. Like, we don't realize how young we are. Like, we feel old, but really, we have so much life ahead of us. And I think I saw something online the other day of so many people, even in their 40s, are just getting their life together, career wise and everything. So, like, we have to not be so hard on ourselves. It is easier said than done, but it's something I've got to put into practice. Um, but yeah. So yeah, just keep up the good work, y'all. Our career paths are gonna figure itself out. But yeah, so that was just the financial rant for today. But yeah, I've been super busy with doing a bunch of training Zoom calls and all of that with the insurance licensing. Basically, at the end of February, I'm gonna have to take a 30-hour course within 3 days. So it's literally 10 hours each day. It's gonna be a lot. I had to take off work like that Friday so I can go to it, and then I literally test on that Tuesday. So it's like a weekend long course. Test that Tuesday, get my licensing, and then from there on out, hopefully it's just easy breezy with finding people. So that is the goal. As for wedding talk, I've been DIYing a bunch of stuff. So, like I said, it's going to be either in the end of 2027 or early 2028. So, we're about 2 to 2.5 years out. So, I know I have so much time, but I'm very like DIY crafty. So, I kind of wanted to play around with products that I can find because I'm going to do some faux flower arrangements and then others are real because, girl, I love how I'm acting like I'm talking to my friend, which kind of am. But I'm a florist, so I'm able to get flowers at the pricing of like wholesale. And still I'm getting quoted for so much money. So yeah, half of the flowers are definitely gonna be faux flower arrangements, which I found some that look really realistic and I think I can pull it off. And then the others are gonna be like a bulk Costco flower order because I honestly saw really good things about it. So that's the plan because I am not spending eight to $10,000 on flowers that are just gonna get thrown out. That's absolutely not happening. First off, it's way too expensive and ridiculous. And second off, it just seems like such a waste to me. Like to just throw them away is just sad and ridiculous. So definitely doing some of the faux arrangements because it also, I know they're gonna look good because I'm gonna put all my time and effort into it, but I can try to sell them after and make some of my money back. That's what I'm gonna do with a lot of the decor that I'm like thrifting and everything because I know I can sell it on Facebook Marketplace after and at least make back 1,000 or two. Which every penny counts in wedding planning. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, I'm very excited and very, very busy. This upcoming week, I know, I'm sorry this podcast is all over the place, but this is literally as if you were projecting my brain out onto a podcast. Like that's how my brain is. It's always bouncing around a million miles a second. ADHD, I'm sorry. And it's funny because I taught kids with ADHD and I would tell them like, guys, I'm so sorry because I would have problems focusing sometimes. I'm like, guys, your ADHD brains and my ADHD brains together is not working. But this week busy with work and then next week Matt and I go to Charleston and I am so excited. We're going to go to I'm most excited for Harlow and Pearl coffee shop. They literally have this cake batter um cake batter latte and it has like pink cake frosting and sprinkles on top and they put like a little candle. I'm so excited. It's going to be so good. Oh my gosh, I've heard great reviews about it. And it'll just be really nice for Matt and I to take a trip because we haven't taken a trip together in probably 2 years. Oh no, oh my God, I'm so dramatic. 7 months. We went to Maine for a few days, but trip just us um has been about a year and a half. So it's literally been a hot minute. So I'm very, very happy that we're going to be going together. It's going to be really, really good for us. We're driving, it's a 6 hour drive, and we're going to wake up, get coffee at like 5 a.m. and get on the road so we can get there by lunchtime. And it's going to be so great. So I'm so excited to tell you guys all about it. I already have the whole itinerary planned out and everything, and then I will share that with you guys when the time comes. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you soon, hopefully with Mary.